So, how are you doing in the soap opera that we call life? Are you focusing on the positive soap operas or the negative soap operas? Stay tuned. Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, we lead, we inspire. Last time we got together, I was noticing the coincidence of the titles of all of the different soap operas. You know, I picked the year 2001 because I looked at them and I said, oh my goodness, these are the 9 most popular soap operas, and boy, are they a reflection on life if you take a look at the titles. We went over the first 4, The Young and the Restless. People start off that way. The Bold and the Beautiful, looking for a mate, a partner. Days of Our Lives, people getting on the treadmill like the sands through the hourglass. Their day is the same, day after day after day. And then General Hospital, when they run into challenges, they seek to have solutions that are adopted by the status quo. So let's move on. Let's look a little more positive at some of the soap operas. All right, and the 5th one on the list turns out to be As the World Turns. Wow. Okay, one of the things that we have to recognize in life and in business, one of the things about business that's very popular is the only thing in business that's constant is change. Isn't that really true in life as well? If you stop and think about it, it really is. I mean, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, could anybody have predicted that we would have suffered through a pandemic like we have? You know, times change so quickly, and just taking a look at, you know, from when I was a puppy, you know, I mean, we didn't have the internet, we didn't have cell phones, all right? So the world is going to continue to turn, and it's going to continue to make some progress. And I say that both ways, is you can't be a get off of my lawn type of guy. You have to embrace the new technology, but you also have to remember at the same time that the basic foundations of life remain the same and the technology changes. So a quick example of that, Eli, for you, back in the day when I was a young puppy, there was no dating services, there was no internet, there was no, you know, the way that you met people was you went out, you were introduced people, you went to, you know, a church, or you went to a dance, or you went to some event where you were hoping to, what we used to call, make friends. Okay, we used to make friends, and when you were there, you'd have your buddies with you to kind of help you to make friends. You know, that you say, hey, would you excuse me? I'm trying to do some work here. Okay, so that was kind of the clue that, like, hey, I'm trying to get to know this young lady a little bit better. All right, but in any case, the world continues to turn, and there's new progress, and one of the things is that you have to accept it. Now, you younger people, you know, you think, oh, gee, the old folks, they don't know, you know, Instagram and Snapchat and so on, and you're right, okay, I don't know them very well, I'm aware of them, I could use them if I have to, you know, and we do, but the point is, the things that you take right now as like, oh, this is it, guess what? In about 20 years, there's going to be new stuff that you can't conceive of right now, this minute, and you're going to cling to the old stuff. So history tends to repeat itself, but the point is, in either case, you have to be adaptable to the new technology because the world continues to turn. And along those lines, as you mature, I like to think of myself as having matured, what becomes really important to you are your children, your legacy, all right? And, you know, the title of this particular channel, Project Eli, all right, guess what? My son Eli, the most important thing in my life. And one of the things is you start to focus on not your own success, but you start to focus on the success of your children. And you start to, you know, live your life a little bit that way. And it doesn't take very long to start. I mean, you know, Eli first started out on T-ball, you know, where they put the ball on the tee and you take the bat and you hit it. Now, Eli and I had, you know, played baseball in the house. You know, we had a wiffle ball. We had a big living room. I used to pitch to him in there. And we would pitch and catch and so on. But when he went out on T-ball and he got the winning hit, yes! that was better than me hitting the winning basket. All right, it's like Eli got the winning hit. So what happens is your life tends to change a little bit from focus on yourself to your children, hence the name All My Children. And then one of the things you want to think about is you start to say to yourself at some point in your life, you know, do I want to keep on this track the whole way? Do I want to live my life the status quo? Am I living a life or am I merely existing? Because you have to say to yourself at some point, I have one life to live. One life to live. And if you focus on the fact that you have one life to live, you won't always be making status quo choices. You got to step away from the crowd. You got to think outside the box. Why? Because you only have one life to live. It's a mindset. It's a mindset that will take you places. Number 8, guiding light. Okay, these are the top soap operas from the year 2001. The Guiding Light. Do you have a mentor? Do you have a vision? Do you have a dream? Are you feeling it? Do you have a guiding light? Do you have a relationship with the infinite partner? Are you focused? Do you have singleness of purpose on a particular burning desire? Are you sending that burning desire out there every single night? Are you focusing on that? Are you getting feedback from the infinite partner in the form of intuition or events that you could not predict or plan? Recognize that when you have that singleness of purpose, when you have a mentor helping you, then you have a guiding light. Do you have a guiding light in your life? Do you? Think about it. It's critical to being in the 5%er, to being, you know, that 1 out of 20 is having that guiding light. And the guiding light is a mentor. The guiding light is your burning desire. The guiding light is your relationship with the infinite partner, because creativity is something that you work with the infinite partner. That's how you get creative. These ideas come into your head because you've established that dialogue with the infinite partner through the vibe that you send out by separating that 1 out of 60,000 thoughts that you have every day and saying, this one's special. And speaking of making a particular thought special, the number 9 soap opera from the year 2001 was called Passions. And we talk about passion all the time. Too many people live their lives day after day. The sands through the hourglass are the same. They're on the treadmill. They're doing the same thing. They're reacting instead of they react instead of respond. They let the outside circumstances control their lives and their destinies, and they're afraid to make a move. And one of the things that causes significant positive movement is passion. If you, Eli, have a particular passion for a particular woman, you'll start to be creative and start to think of ways that you can get in contact with her, the way that you can impress her, the way that you can make yourself, you follow what I'm saying, so you can create a relationship. That's an example. That's passion. Now, passion isn't just, social. Passion is also business. Do you have some particular dream, goal, ambition on a business perspective, on the business side of the balance sheet that you're pursuing? Do you have that passion? It's critical. On the spiritual side of the balance sheet, passion is also very important. You follow what I'm saying? So we've gone over these 9 different soap operas. Life is indeed a soap opera. The Young and the Restless, The Bold and the Beautiful, Days of Our Lives, General Hospital, As the World Turns, All My Children, One Life to Live, The Guiding Light, and most importantly, Passions. And remember always, not to ration that passion, but to fashion that passion. I'm Eli's dad.